Jim, I don't think you could ask for a better start to the league campaign.
Yeah, delighted to get the league campaign up and running, and to do so in style was very, very pleasing. We knew tonight was going to be a difficult game. The boys prepared brilliantly for it. Showed Arbroath the utmost respect in the build-up to the game. We never anticipated an easy game, and it wasn't an easy game, albeit the scoreline might suggest it was. We had to work hard for the goals. We had to do the right things. We had to defend properly in order to keep the clean sheet. But if you'd have offered me a scrappy 1-0 victory tonight away from home at a really difficult venue against a tough physical opposition, then I probably would have took it. But for us to have put on as good a show as what we did in the opening 45 minutes was really, really pleasing, and 4 very good goals.
When you're coming into games like this, when you are the favourites, you're going to be facing a low block. So how important was it to get that early goal just to unlock the door?
Yeah, I think, listen, we have to accept the fact that probably, every other team in the Championship and probably every other football fan in Scotland tonight would have been cheering for Arbroath because, as I said before the game, everybody loves an underdog, and we're just going to have to accept that we are going to be favourites in pretty much every single game that we go into, and that in itself brings its own pressures, but we have to enjoy that label. We have to, as a group of staff and players, not be overawed by it and actually, accept the challenge. And the expectation is there. We expect big things from ourselves. We have built a squad here of real strong characters. We've got a great mix of good youthful players with great energy and some experienced boys who've been there and done it before. And I thought it was a really professional performance tonight. Defended brilliantly to keep the clean sheet. That's 4 clean sheets now back to back. Scored some terrific goals along the way, and it gives us a great platform to build on going forward.
4 different scorers as well. That's good to spread the confidence throughout the squad.
Yes, some really good goals. If you watch them back, some really good link-up play. We knew Arbroath would play a high line, and we wanted to try and exploit that in behind with the pace that we've got. Louis Moult, 3 assists and a goal for himself. A brilliant all-round performance for Louis. And yeah, some great individual performances, but it's always about the team for me. Collectively as a unit, we looked strong, we looked organised, we looked disciplined. We moved the ball really well at times. I think the first goal was important. I thought the game was a little bit scrappy prior to that. I think the first goal calmed everyone down, and as we grew into the game, I then felt we moved the ball nice and quick. There was a good tempo and a good urgency to our possession, and we were able to exploit spaces in the Arbroath backline.
Whenever you do get a game that's so one-sided in the first half, you tend to see maybe a dip in energy in the second, but we still managed to create quite a lot of chances.
Yeah, I think that's probably the only frustration from our point of view. We would have liked to have given the supporters a couple of more goals to cheer about. Thought we should have had a penalty. Glenn Middleton done great driving into the box, and I thought he was took out. In the first half, after 2 minutes, we had one cleared off the line. Scotty McMahon's awfully unlucky. Sybil's hit the crossbar. Listen, the scoreline could have been different. It could have been 7 or 8, to be perfectly honest. But it's certainly the result that we would have taken before the game. Gives us that bit of confidence, gives us that bit of belief. And the important thing now is that we, just remain humble, don't get carried away. One result means nothing. We have to do this on a consistent basis, and we're not going to get it right every week. There'll be games where it'll be scrappy and we have to grind out results, but that's the most important thing for me. I don't care how we win, as long as we win.
The fans travel through here on their numbers, and they certainly won't be going home disappointed having seen 4 goals, and it's a result that really gets them behind us going into the first home game of the season.
Yeah, listen, the supporters since I've came to the club have been incredible. I've not seen anything quite like it, to be honest with you, at previous clubs. They really got behind the team last season in difficult circumstances, and I think for myself and some of the staff members and some of the players who were here and involved in what happened, I feel that we owed them this, and it's great for us to be able to give them such an enjoyable evening watching their team. Some of the new boys that came that have came to the club, blown away by the volume of supporters that came here. I don't think any of them have experienced anything quite like it at any of their previous clubs. So just delighted that the lads didn't get nervous in front of that, and were actually able to enjoy it. And yeah, just really pleased for the supporters. They can go now and enjoy their weekend. Unfortunately, my boys will be in training tomorrow, so the lads will be working hard in preparation for another extremely difficult game next weekend. But this gives us all that bit of confidence and hopefully that bit of momentum that we need.